What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. I recently just got back from taking a little vacation. I took a week out for myself, traveled to Denmark and Sweden, which was awesome, and then came back and spent a few weeks just with the family off work. And yeah, it was great. I was feeling a little burnt out from work, a little burnt out from just life and hobbies and everything. So it was nice to get away and get that time to just refresh. But while I was away, I did take some time to still exercise. There was one day I did a hotel gym and just kind of worked with what I had there. I took several runs around the city, around different parks, as well as finding an actual gym to get a good solid lift in a couple of times. Even though I didn't, focus on my nutrition so much, I just kind of ate what I wanted. I did a pretty good job of stopping at places like 7-Eleven, picking up some protein bars here and there to make sure I was getting adequate protein. And but I mean, that was pretty much it. Didn't keep track of things, didn't really care what I ate, just made sure I got a good amount of protein and got some good daily exercise in, whether that was just walking around the city, getting a ton of steps in, or going out for a run or getting a lift in. But when I got back to town, I still was feeling kind of sluggish, still a little burnt out, both mentally, physically drained. Obviously, a little bit of jet lag, but I tried to get back into the gym, get right back after it, and I was not feeling it. And this is going to bring me to the topic of the day, which is knowing when and how to take rest. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. And knowing when and how to do that is going to be very beneficial for you in the long run, making your programming more sustainable, helping you keep up with it even as you age and stuff. So it's not just, a temporary thing. You want to be able to have that longevity in the weight room or with running or whatever. You need to make sure you're listening to your body, paying attention to the signs, listening to your mind. It can be both physical or mental. You don't really think about the mental side of things as much when you're talking about lifting weights or exercising because you're doing a lot of physical exertion. But it can be very mentally draining on you as well, especially if, you start getting into the habit of feeling where you don't want to do it. But it's good for you anyway, so you get out and do it. Just that mental battle that you're dealing with constantly. Or, maybe you just have something that you're dealing with in your life and it's just weighing heavy on your mind. There's just a lot of different things that could be coming into play there. So being able to recognize when you need to take that rest is going to be beneficial for you in maintaining your physical fitness level for a longer period of time. So some of the things that might be a good indicator of whether or not you need to take a rest day or whether or not you need to take a deload week, or whether you need to take an entire week off and just don't do anything. Number one is going to be a persistent fatigue or decreased performance. You're constantly feeling tired. Maybe you're no longer progressing in the gym, your reps are going down, or you can't do as much weight as you did last week. Maybe, running 3 miles this week feels a lot harder than it did last week, even though that you've been keeping the same rhythm, the same paces and everything throughout the week. Those are some of the big indicators that maybe it's time to take a deload week or a rest week or just a couple of down days. Number two is going to be lack of motivation. Now, I get it. You're not always going to be motivated to go to the gym anyway, so this can be a tough one to determine whether or not you need to just push through that and go to the gym anyway, or whether that's actually a sign that you need to take some rest and work on that mental fatigue. If you're constantly every gym session and you're not just getting started or something, it's been a habit that you've been doing for a while now, you've been consistent, you enjoy it, and then all of a sudden you start feeling a lack of motivation, this can be a big indicator that it's time to take a step back. It can be, just some burnout, some mental fatigue. It might be a good time to take a rest. Let yourself, don't beat yourself up over it. Everybody needs to take some downtime, and you need to make sure your mental health is there as well. It's not all about the physical, even though working out can have a lot of mental benefits. Sometimes taking that rest is what you need more than the exercise itself. And number 3 is going to be a really big one. This is going to be plateaus or regressions. So whether maybe you've been stuck at the same weight, you don't see yourself continuing going further, or you're starting to see, you're going backwards. This is a good sign that your body probably needs some time to recover and rest. And taking that rest is not going to hurt you, especially if it's just like a week or even, 2 weeks. You may, this first couple of times back in the gym, it might feel like you've lost some muscle or something like that, but it'll come back. Like it's not a real muscle loss. You just have to warm yourself back up to it and get your body used to moving the weights again. So don't be afraid to take that time off if you need it. If you keep pushing and you're already seeing plateaus and regressions, you're just gonna prolong that plateau and have a lot harder time getting over it if you don't back off and take that rest. So a few ways that you can take a rest would be to, 1, take a deload week, and another way to take a rest would just be to take time off from the gym. It's more important that you take care of your body, listen to the needs of your body, your mind, and all that stuff, so that you can keep this going for longevity, right? It's all about that health and wellness, all about staying consistent and staying well as you age. And you're going to see a lot more benefits that way if you're taking the time that you need to rest and recover in the process, and not just beating yourself up trying to drive it every day and not skip a workout. All right. And finally, what is a deload week? So a deload week is going to be, you're usually going to follow the same programming that you have been following. But what you're going to do is either lighten the load, whether that is reducing your reps, reducing the weight, reducing the amount of sets. Typically, I will do about 60-ish% of the weight that I normally lift, depending on the lift. If it's a lighter lift, I might do closer to like 70%, 80% of my usual weight, and typically cut my sets in half and lower my rep ranges or keep them around the same. It just kind of depends. But yeah, usually I'm cutting my sets in half and doing that 60 to 70% range of my typical weight. This is going to allow you to get that physical recovery while also still getting the mental benefits of working out. You're still going to be hitting those goals. You're still going to be going to the gym. You're still exercising, getting in some movement. You're just lightening the load on your muscles, and this is going to help for, mental refreshment. It's going to help for like your nervous system. Constantly moving those heavy weights can be super intense and rough for your nervous system. It's going to help. It's going to be helpful for that. And there's just, it's just a great way to recover without completely giving up the gym. And with that, if you haven't already seen from my Instagram profile, I have recently uploaded my new full body 3-time-a-week workout plan. This is the plan that I'm currently following. I haven't changed my routine yet, so this is what I'm still using now. This has been helping me make a lot more room for my cardio for training for that Ironman. So I've just been doing full body workouts 3 days a week, typically Monday, Wednesday, Friday, to save time for all the other cardio. This last week I hit about, around 8 hours or so of cardio in the week. So time is definitely getting up there. So it's good to cut time out where I can. Hopefully I can maintain the 3 times a week, but eventually I might have to drop it down to 2 as the numbers keep picking up for the distance. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, the link for my website is in the description below. So if you have been using my workouts or following those, it's updated. Go check it out and let me know what you think. And I will catch you guys in the next video.